Yo, you know what time it is, man? Look, I took some time out, man. I can't even lie to you, man. Ace Metaphor, last night conversation came through Dallas. So I said, let me go see what these brothers is talking about, man. I'm finna give you a rundown of how we got down last night, man. Bow! Okay, man. Look, Ace Metaphor and the crew. Tonight's conversation came through Dallas last night. I had a great time. And I get a lot of questions, a lot of feedback on topics that are discussed in other podcasters, my viewpoint, all that kind of stuff. Man, let's run it down. On that panel, you have a plethora of ideals or ideologies, beliefs. So when a question comes up, the answer from their point of view is not necessarily arguing. You just get different points of views from different types of people, all walks of life. Real good insight. One of the things that kind of sparked last night is the idea of the constant struggle, the constant battle, male versus female, battle of the sexes. You know, who's right, who's wrong. Man, a lot of people in attendance. So the question was, how many people are actually coming to be proactive in their relationships? How many people are coming to get the answers to the relationship? How many people are coming just for insight, man? Like, hey man, what am I the one that's toxic or you the one that's toxic? And it was kind of cool because when a question would arise, everybody in the audience would give their kind of like you can feel the energy of which way the audience would go, and some going this way, some going that way. Quite a bit of division in there, but great insight nonetheless. Okay, all right. So I know y'all want Chocolate Pawpaw's point of view on the whole kid and caboodle. So what we're gonna do? We're gonna talk about the battle of the sexes, and we're gonna talk about some standards and some double standards and some boundaries and some expectations and all that kind of stuff, man. So let's get to it. So when it comes down to the battle of the sexes, it's always been there. It's always going to be there. There's always a struggle for power, a struggle for, bad word, submission, a struggle for compliance. Hey, give me what I need and I give you what you need. Okay, well, you go first and then, or well, I go second, or we're going to do this thing at the same time. Those struggles, those constant pushes and pulls are really essential when it comes down to the degradation of the relationship, right? When was the last time any team won when they were competing against themselves? And that's a hard thing because let's be fair, man. A lot of these traumas come from past experiences. No, all of your traumas come from past experiences. And we have a tendency as a people, man and woman, to kind of hold each other accountable for the stuff in our past. And we hold them accountable for, well, by projecting our thoughts and ideas onto them. And that can cause some problems, man. So, look, big one, real big one that always comes up is the standards, right? The standards, and I gotta be fair. I'm going. I'm not taking the red pill. I'm not taking the red pill. I'm trying not to take the red pill. Please don't make me take the red pill. All right, standards, expectations, big one, huge one, because men have standards. Women have standards. I think the reality of it is that here's a bias output. I think men have a tendency to accept the standards that often bring about rejection from women. Cool? Like if a woman say, "Yo, you got to make six figures," men gonna be like, "Okay, I qualify or I don't." Or you got to be 6 feet tall. Either I qualify if I don't. You got to have a beard. Either I qualify or I don't. You got to have a six pack. You got to have a nice body. Either I qualify or I don't. You can't have a baby mom. Either I qualify or I don't. Oh, but the moment a man says, I got standards, expectations, and boundaries, you can't have kids. Or I don't date a woman with kids. I'm not saying me specifically, that causes quite a bit of ruckus. There's a lot of pushback there. And I want to know your thoughts in the comments. Why is it okay for women to have any standard they want that should be adhered to, but the moment a man says something like children, body weight, skin color, why is it not expected to be accepted, whatever the standard is, by both parties? I want you to answer that for me in the comments because I really want to have the financial talk. Okay, ma'am, if you're requiring him to make six figures, how much you making? If you're requiring him to look a certain way, dress a certain way, how you look, how you dress, how your clothes hang off you, what kind of shape you got? I'm not taking no red pill. I'm just asking genuine questions back and forth because at the end of the day, I gotta be fair. I mean, I don't think the women are too far beyond their rights in asking for a man that's such and such tall, such and such stature, such and such income. I'm not even tripping. Have no problem with it. I am just questioning, and I want the queens and goddesses to come on, and the empresses. I want y'all to come in and tell me why is there pushback when men require certain standards? Now, I get it. I have heard some arguments saying, well, the men put us in this position, so they should accept us for our position. If you're dating the men that actually did that to you, then that makes sense. But the new dude that don't know you, I'm not on here to give my opinion. Yes, I am. Kind of, somewhat. Nor my advice. However, the questions that arise are absolutely amazing. Yo, it was one chick. She was like, yo, my husband, millionaire, when I met him, and then his business partner stole all his money. Now he not a millionaire. Should I leave? Let me be clear. Because see, a lot of us, and I'm guilty of this. I use the mind based on what I was taught marriage was supposed to be, right? And yes, richer for poor is a thing. It is a part of the vows, right? However, richer poor in what context? Is it just finances? And I think we have, as a society, we have rewritten what marriage looks like. However, we're still holding each other accountable for the old school way of what marriage should look like. Oh, I get it. It's a lot of traditional people on my page, man. I get it. We ain't supposed to be changing that stuff. We ain't supposed to be messing that up from a religious standpoint, etc., etc., etc. Man, everything is changed up, switched up, mixed up. So it's all a matter of how you want to do in your relationship. You have every right. I say this to everybody. You have every right to write the confines of your relationship. You have every right to write what your relationship is going to look like. You have every right to sketch out the blueprint of your relationship. No one can take that from you. That is your right. But you will have to deal with some opinions, but then they're just opinions, right? Now, okay. A real big one for me. A real big one for me. We walk past the whole money thing, walk past the height thing, walk past the kid thing. After you say your vows, talk to the married folks. After you say your vows, at what point is it okay for you to turn from the vows that you committed yourself to? That's what I want to hear from y'all in the comments, man. Look, we're going to come back. We're going to hit it again. Like, comment, share, subscribe, click the bell. I got some merch down there for you, man. Okay, we're going to do some gun talk. But I really, 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 really want to know what the deal is behind all of this gender wars and all that. Because at the end of the day, yes, this is a protector's podcast. It is extremely difficult to protect somebody that's not walking the lines that you need them to walk to be in your life. This, oh, you know what time it is, man. One thing's for certain, two things for sure. We're going to put the paint where it ain't. We're going to keep it official like a referee whistle. Pow! Let's go.